Hello everyone, this is Doggo Card Reviews, back with another set for you folks. This time it'll be the Konosuba movie, Legend of Crimson set review. And without further ado, let's go ahead and move to card number 1. Good to Endure, Darkness. Level 1, 0 cost, 4000 power, 1 soul, Adventurer, and Worries trait, or if you're an English player, that is probably called Passion. Continuous during your turn, this card gains 1000 power. And also, when this card is placed from your stage to the waiting room, look at up to the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 climax among them, add it to your hand, just send the remaining cards to your waiting room, and if you added a card to your hand this way, discard 1 card from your hand.
Boys, we have Kome back.
We have Kome back. Of course, it's not the version that is on play level 0 that is currently still restricted for how many years now?
4.
But it's nice to have regards, and you know, it's not a terrible body. Could be worse.
105k
on the offensive. I mean, let's see, Kome on play was, if I remember correctly, 2.5. Was that 2k? Like that was 2k. Yeah, I was like 2.5 was how people tricked. Some people like purposely played the old Kome to trick people into thinking that it is the Kome, but the 2500 one had a much different ability.
Oh yeah, it's 2k. Excuse me.
Yeah, but 105k on your turn. I know it could have been worse.
True. It could have been like a 103k. That's a 4k on your turn.
Right.
Oh, that's so bad.
Right, but let's see. And on Death Kome, now I wouldn't say it's enough to give it a playable plus rating, but I think it's very safe. I think I'll safely say it's playable.
I'm in the same boat. I'm teetering it. You know what? I'm going to be more generous towards this card. I'm going to get this to playable plus.
That's fair.
It's very close either way. Like I think you can argue for it either way. And this finally gives Konosuba a reason to play yellow.
Right.
Outside of zero.
I think like that's kind of like my main thing with this card is it forces people to play yellow, which is not always. There are reasons to play yellow, as we'll get into later on, but you know. Some people do like to stick with, like, you know, their heavy red-blue decks or something.
And that's perfectly fine. It's just they're missing out on potentially one of the most powerful effects in the entire game.
Right. All right. For sure. All right. Well, let's move on.
Also, branded Crusader, Darkness, 3/2, 9000, Adventure and Worries. Let's see here. For each of your other adventurers or magic, this gains 500. Let's see here. When she is placed from hand to stage, or by the effect of merge, you dig 3, take 1. And when this card attacks, if you have the choice trigger in your climax area and you have a full board, until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains following ability. That reads awkwardly. This ability activates up to once per turn. When damage dealt by the character opposite this card or damage dealt by this card is cancelled, deal 1 to your opponent.
So when I read this card, it reminded me a lot of the cross on reverse burn climax combo Honoka from the Love Live Squiggle Festival 6th anniversary set.
It kind of reminded me of that too. You know, I had to double take this card. I had to double take this card a few times because I was like, am I reading this right?
Yeah, but yeah, I had to read like at least twice myself. But it's neat. But
like, I can't really think of a reason to play this. Like,
yeah, this is clearly more for the people who love Darkness. Let's be honest here, Darkness hasn't really gotten too much in the history of Konosuba in general.
Well, even in Darkness Waifu, I'd rather play the set 2 Darkness, the one that on cancel you burn, I think, 2. Pretty much, in order to gain any value out of this card, you and your opponent have to get cancelled, and you can't rely on that.
True. The idea is it's meant to possibly, it's it's one of those cards that some people actually play like these cards that can potentially deal lethal damage on the opponent's turn, kind of card.
I mean,
Like we're talking things like the trial deck level 3 Goblin Slayer kind of thing.
okay, and Honoka can also do the same thing.
Honoka can do the same thing.
But even still, in that case, I don't know, dude. I am just not a fan of this card. Like, sure, it's neat if you can get this out at 2, but I don't like it at 2 either. Like, this doesn't make for a very strong early play, in my opinion. Like, early plays within this set are pretty damn good, so I'd rather just play them. Even if I have to... And they could even come out for 1 stock if I wanted to.
That is fair. Well, oh no, you're probably gonna be less generous than me, but I'm gonna say this is well, I guess I wouldn't say playable. Playable would mean that anyone can play it, or like it's recommended in anything.
Which, according to your commentary, is not the case.
Not the case. Yeah, I think I'll have to go with the niche rating.
Actually, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I was either gonna get this the niche rating or the meme rating, or nice meme, bro.
Yeah, but I want to say this kind of profile is meme worthy.
It's not meme worthy, but I can't really find a place other than meme.
Okay, okay, but you're gonna take a safe route.
Yeah, I'll take the safe route on that one.
Thing. Forest Rest Darkness. Level 0, 0 cost, 1000 power, adventurer and worries traits. Continuous assist all of your characters in front of this card get 500 power. And act, discard a card named Forest Rest Darkness, i.e. this one, from your hand to the way room and rest this card. Choose an adventurer or magic character in your way room and add it to your hand.
Okay, this is the merge target, by the way.
Which we will see later on. Yeah, it's part of the package.
Part of the package. Frontal 5. Okay, so that's strictly worse than the Henologic pets, which all give global 5s.
Yeah.
For the most part. The fact that we can discard this card to salvage,
It incentivizes running more copies, which is one thing.
You're probably running 4 of if you're planning on relying on the merge game plan.
Right.
But even still, basically, if you're playing the merge package, play this. If not, ignore this completely. Niche, please.
I will wholeheartedly agree.
There's just no reason to run this by itself.
Right. Okay, go.
Okay, Beauty and Yukata Darkness, 002K. ETB, you may mill the top 3 cards of your deck. Also ETB, pay 1, discard a climax. If you do, choose a climax in your grave and return it to hand. Alright,
so climax swap after X amount of sets, because if I remember correctly, this is actually the first one Konosuba has.
Correct.
Yeah. It's kind of funny like how some sets get a climax swaps relatively late in their careers. Even though Konosuba is relatively modern.
Well, if you think about it, a lot of sets have been getting climax swappers lately. SAO has had it. Albuta has had it.
Well, Albuta is only a 2-set title, so.
True. And yet it's extremely powerful despite despite only having 2 sets.
This is true. Well, Henologic pre-restriction was only 2 extra booster sets.
So basically 1 set.
Yeah.
Though Henologic did not have a CX swapper, if I remember correctly.
No, it didn't, but clearly it didn't need one.
No, it did not. So I'm gonna have to get this the playable rating.
Yeah, this is very much a card that Konosuba can definitely use as a neat tech choice. And kind of needed because, as far as I know, no one really played things like pants triggers.
What's a pants trigger?
What is a pants trigger, indeed? Alright. Importing fellow Kazuma. Level 1, 0 cost, 4000 power with the Adventurer and Magic traits. When this card is placed from your hand onto the stage, you may pay the cost of rest one of your other Adventurer or Magic characters. If you do, choose a card in your level area and a card in your waiting room and exchange their positions. And when one of your other Adventurer or Magic characters attacks, this character gets 1500 power until the end of the turn.
Okay, Bushiroad, you are taking notes. This is how you make assassins effective. It's one of those things like level swap really only matters if you are running at least a tricolor deck, in my opinion, and if you are requiring experience. Konosuba does technically play a tricolor game, in my opinion, but at the same time, like if you're skilled enough, you should be able to get around with it, get around without it. And there are no experience requirements in Konosuba, at least none that are worth talking about. So
I'm pretty sure something exists.
well, something exists, but
we don't talk about it.
those are memes, man.
Those are definitely memes.
This is worse than the 1-0 Shoko or the 1-0 Yui from SAO and Abusive, respectively. I mean, I've been seeing this profile more and more this year.
I think you're doing it because of the whole. I think Bushiro wants to make it easier to play more than 2 colors, which is fine. Like, I tend to like playing tricolor decks more than dual color decks in a nutshell.
Same, gives me more options.
Yeah, I like the versatility, and it's funny because I have people in my local area like, Ren, how the hell can your brain function by playing a tricolor deck? And I'm like,
you don't want to get them.
I'm like, bruh, it's not that difficult.
Give them star memes.
Give them star memes.
Hey man, that's that's all 4, man.
That is a quad color deck. Anyway, I'm gonna, but overall, because of the fact that managing 3 cards in Konosuba is going to be too difficult, I would probably say this hinges on niche.
For this particular set, yeah, this is niche. Like, even though I gave Shoko the playable rating,
but that was a title that
experience based.
Actually rewarded you for playing experience.
Experience 6 or more. Yeah, you die.
Yeah. All right then.
Abusive Shaking, Darkness, 1-0, 4K, Adventure and Worries. Just a comment for a second. When you actually look up that particular kanji, when you look it up, you see like a bunch of sin references actually. So it's kind of hard to translate into English.
Like I said, the English Bushiro translates this to passion, if I remember correctly.
Well, it's about the same accuracy as Worries, but for each of your other adventurer magic, this gains 500. Climax combo with this attacks. If Orc attack, the bounce is in your climax area, and you have 2 or more other adventurer magic. Choose one of the following 2 abilities, and perform it. Obviously, choose either Fierce Engagement Vanir or Forest Rest Darkness, which we saw earlier, in your grave and return it to hand. Or you may tutor for either one of those 2 cards, reveal it, and add to hand.
So this is basically another way to help facilitate the merge strategy, because unless for some unfortunate reason every single piece is in clock or stock, you will be guaranteed to find a piece off of this.
Correct. So when I first saw this, I was thinking, this is Goblin Slayer vibes, honestly. Like, they've been giving more and more sets this Goblin Slayer-esque profile.
Right.
We saw it in Grisaya with with Sachi's cooking. Of course, the titular Goblin Slayer with Torch. And now we have it on this. So, I don't know. Your choices on your pluses are rather weak, in my opinion. Like, if you're playing the merge package,
guys, that's pretty much the only reason. Like, a lot of these yellow cards we're seeing are, as we can see, we're already at like this 3rd card that's referencing that specific line of play, and we're not even halfway through the yellow card set.
I mean, Bushiroad is pretty much begging us to play merge.
Right.
So, but even still, I'm gonna have to give this the niche rating.
We,
Uh,
like, you know, Darkness fans, I know you're out there and you probably are excited to play something like this. But, you know, for competitive play, we really cannot seriously give it a higher rating.
I'm
but,
sorry, Justin, but your waifu deserves the niche rating at best, mate. I'm sure
but
you would
hey,
agree.
hey, I have mad respect for y'all.
Yeah. Oh, masochism.
Masochism. Anyway, fireworks display, Kazuma, level 1, 1 cost, 4500 power with the adventure and magic traits. Also, when this becomes reversed, if the level of the battle opponent of this card is higher than the level of your opponent, you may send that character to stock. If you do, send the bottom card of your opponent's stock to the waiting room.
Look, more anti-chain stock bombs at one.
Because Bushro finally admits that standby's a problem.
Yeah, standby is a big problem. Now, a certain soul sleeper would admit that too. He doesn't view standby as a problem at all. I'm just like, dude, they keep printing answers for standby for a reason.
To be fair, I think part of the crowd that plays competitively still believes that standby isn't a big problem.
Well, it's one. But again, these 1145 vanilla these vanilla anti-change bombs are just going okay.
Like the fact that we already have a level 1 anti-change punch really defeats this particular kind of profile. Like I guess the one thing that this has over the Mega Man anti-change punch is really that this prevents encore.
Sure, but the majority of people don't even like. They might hand encore there too,
Mm-hmm.
and you go, well, you sacrifice 3 cards to do it, so
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of a feels bad.
Yeah.
But against like the regenerator style profiles,
So things like Saya from Bang Dream.
Mm-hmm. Still, I mean, I'm sorry, Kazuma, but you're getting the niche rating from me. I mean, I generally
Yeah,
don't find these profiles that useful.
we really don't. Okay.
Fierce Engagement, Vanir, 2/1, 1500. He is masked in Magic because he wears the mask.
Ding
Oh,
ding
when
ding.
this is placed. Oh, when this is placed from hand to stage, you may choose the muscle brain Crusader Darkness from your grave and put them at the bottom of the deck in any order. Merge, combine it with, you fuse this with the Forest Rest Darkness, and search your deck for one muscle brain Crusader Darkness. Put these 2 cards underneath her as markers, same as any other merge profile,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course shuffle.
Yeah. It's just kind of funny, like how this type of profile is basically copy pasted.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is definitely a copy. I mean, this is definitely a copy pasted from Hina Logic, but unfortunately, considering that Yuko is far more effective than Darkness,
Yeah. We it's kind of funny like how we're having you like read most of the cards that deal with this package, because they all get even or almost all of them are even numbers.
and that's perfectly fine because I used to beat Captain Hina Logic. I took that deck to Nats in 2018, so
True.
I know how it feels like to play Merge, and it's just hitting me again. It's just like, well, this deck's not like. Of course, after Merlin got banned.
The mechanic has lost its luster, I guess is what we're trying to say here.
Well, after Merlin's ban, there's no reason to play Merge anymore.
Right.
There is 0 reason to play it. I mean, if you really like the anime, which I didn't really like it that much, I liked it enough to buy the deck, but not enough to continuously suffer with.
That's fair.
So I'm going to give this the niche, just the same with the rest of this package.
Yeah, again, I'll keep repeating this. Mad respect to all the Darkness and Vanir fans.
At least Vanir has a Musashi that's playable.
True. Okay, then. Popular period begins. Kazuma. Level 3. 2 cost, 10,000 power, 2 soul, adventure, and magic traits. When this card is placed from your hand onto the stage, draw 1 card, discard 1 card from your hand, and choose up to one of your opponent's characters and send it to their hand. And also, when this card attacks, you may pay the cost of discard a character card from your hand. If you do, this card gets 2,000 power and 1 soul until the end of the turn.
The first sentence is pretty good. The second one, complete meh.
It's more of you need to go precise and you are able to conveniently side for like the 2 or the 1 or something.
But even still, so the Soul Sleeper and I had a discussion about this last night, and he's all like, "Why don't you value the bounce in this set, but you like it in other sets? Because I want to be able to clock kick my opponents. I don't want to bounce their shit."
Yeah, like if you're bouncing anything, it'd be something like an anti-burn or something like that.
I mean, and
If they
that's
somehow exist.
well, sure,
Hero.
but
Rip,
that's literally
rip, rip Locker. I guess again, Locker Wrestling is one of those titles. Like, if it ever got a proper skeleton for like a good level 1 and 2, for a good level 0 and 1 lineup, that would actually make Locker Wrestling some scary shit.
But at the current moment, if I had to be facing Log Horizon, and I'm playing Konosuba, you know what? Honestly, I'll probably beat them without the combo because I just have better cards than them.
Right.
Like, it's one of those things, like, the bounce is needed for some things, but for some decks, but definitely not this deck. You don't care.
Right.
Like, I would generally give this the playable rating, but oh man.
In the context of Konosuba, you're just kind of like, I need to actually have my opponent keep their front line.
So I'm gonna have to give this the niche at best.
Yeah, like, again, it's more for, like, non-Megumin finisher decks, if anything, where they don't care about having a board on their opponent's side.
I mean, might help the Darkness fans.
Yeah, like, it helps, like, this guy's yellow.
Alrighty, next.
Yeah.
S-Class Good Luck Kazuma. 001K. He is both Adventurer and Magic. Climax combo. Hit yourself. When thumbs up, the choice trigger is placed in your climax area, and this is in front row. You may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Let's see here. And then look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Choose up to 2, cost 0 or lower, from among them, and place them onto separate slots on the board. And then send the remaining cards to the graveyard, of course. And at the beginning of your opponent's attack step, you may pay 1, and he runs to the back.
Well, if anything, this card has flavor.
Yeah, fantastic flavor, but oh boy, where to fucking begin with this card?
I can have only one comment.
Nice meme, bruh.
Like, it's funny, and you get this off. You just like vomit 2, but you know.
Yeah, you vomit 2 guys on board. You technically gain a lot. You technically gain 2 stock from this and 2 attacks, but at the same time, is it number 1, A, worth consuming that climax slot, and B, is it worth hitting yourself with a potentially of nothing?
Right. Like, that's why playing a meme territory. It's, you know, like I said, it's always like those few people who love playing gambler style decks.
The Soul Sleeper tried to defend this now, so I was just like, dude, you're hitting yourself and you gain 0 benefit. Yeah, he's like, even if you completely whiff, this does some benefit. I'm just like, yeah, you hit yourself. How much value do you value hitting yourself? It's 0. Like, if I wanted to play that, the Darkness Takitsubo has me covered.
True. I guess a level 0 too.
You have to get this the nice meme.
Like, again, I acknowledge the people who like to play gambler style decks.
Dice from Goblin Slayer, anybody?
True. Alright, taking Aback Darkness. Level 0, cost 1000 power, adventure, and worries traits. Also, when this card is placed from your hand onto the stage, look at up to the top 2 cards from the top of your deck, and put them back on the top of your deck in any order. And also, when this card is placed from your hand onto the stage, choose one of your adventure or magic characters, and that character gets 1500 power until the end of the turn.
So this card is an example of how much the game has power crept in recent years. Remember when Pucci Mikon was highly valued?
Cry.
That was 5 years ago, and it's one of those. Wait a second, Pucci Mikon is pretty damn good,
Mm-hmm.
and yet they slap an extra ability onto Pucci Mikon, and still nobody plays that card anymore.
Yes, very, very. It's just really just because, especially in something as modern and well established as Konosuba, where the level 0 lineup's already robust, there's just simply no space.
And majority of people are swapping to on attack combos, which the bottom sentence doesn't really matter anymore, and the top sentence neat but not very good.
Right. I'm gonna
Not
say
good enough.
I'm gonna say overall it's a niche.
Yeah, that seems to be the story of yellow so far. Welcome to niche territory.
Niche. Maybe a few playables. and one meme so far.
Sightseeing at Crimson Demon Village. Darkness 001500. During your opponent's turn, if all your characters are adventurer or magic, this gains +1 level on 1500. And this also has pitch CX salvage.
You know, I'm actually liking that Busho's making these pseudo overspec or actual overspec discard CX salvage characters as of late.
I like them too.
Like, you know, on the opponent's turn, this is easily a level 3, or this is a level 1 3k body.
I mean, the one from Albuta, it has the downside of you cannot encore. Oh no!
But it's 2500, which matches a lot of very powerful level 0 profiles.
Mill runners, anybody?
Yeah, mill runners, free runners,
Heck,
failed
heck.
jumpers,
I was about to say this could just-
clean cuts.
certain clean cuts are 3k though, so
There's like that one. That's like very good, but
well, darkness is quite good. Being
Yeah.
a level 1, she's unbombable, and she's a fucking 3k body. That's pretty damn nice.
yeah, like the only downside is like, okay, she's 1500 on the offense, not too good on that side, but who gives a fuck?
You can decide.
I'm giving it playable.
Yeah, definitely the playable.
I don't know about you, but I think I'd rather actually, if I was to actually build Konosuba, I think I would run this over, like, I would run this over board game Mega Man.
I don't. Yeah, yeah, I do as well because number one, I don't actually value runners all that much anymore
Yeah.
due to the Soul Sleeper and his constant tri-field. Your runner's dead in every single lane. I'm just going. Well, yeah, this is why I prefer Jumper Joes.
True. Or oversized.
Yeah, oversizes, especially ones that gain a level. Oh, yeah, bro, you're doing nothing to me. Have fun with that.
True. Alright. Rip board game Mega Man.
Yep.
You will not be missed. Blunt Confession Kazuma. Level 0, 0 cost, 2000 power, adventure and magic traits. Also, at the start of your climax phase, choose one Demon King's army character or a character with Kazuma in its card name, and that character gets 500 power until the end of the turn. Act. Pay 1 stock, put this card under a character with Sylvia in its card name face up as a marker. Look at up to the top 4 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 level 1 or higher card among them. Add it to your hand and send the remaining cards into your way room. And as always, climax cards are regarded as level 0.
So the Demon's King army is mostly prevalent in blue. They're an exclusive trait for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sylvia, as we'll look at later on, has quite a few decent cards. Like, if you're into the Demon's King army archetype, then definitely you want to play the Blunt Confession Kazuma.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this can grab foreclosure. Like,
This could grab
One of-
foreclosure.
one of the main reasons to play blue, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's it's one of those like it's good for its archetype, so automatically I'm gonna have to place this in niche territory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Blue is gonna. I feel I have a very. We're pretty sure like blue is gonna be like a lot of this. But
Some memes.
yeah. I mean, there are some memes. You're right. But yeah, for the most part, you know, if you're not playing a Demon King's army heavy deck that does play a bunch of Sylvia characters, this is definitely not for you.
I mean, what are you doing if you build Demon's King army without Sylvia?
Right. You don't even have a deck. Okay.
Welcome, Vanir. 104K. When this enters the battlefield, if you have another magic or adventure or magic, this gains 2,000, and when this attacks, give one of your guys 1,000 for the turn.
So pretty much they try to take the Shimakaze Kai and the assassin profiles and try to take like part of both and put on the same character.
Bushy, bushy, bushy. I sometimes feel like these sets are designed by two different teams. One that knows exactly what they're doing, and one who has no idea what they're doing. because I'm just like, Bushy, you have a good example of my name is Deadly Assassin earlier in the bloody set. Not even going from set to set, in the same set.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that we see weird inconsistencies like that.
It's going so yeah, I only have one comment for this card.
Like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree here. It's just, I'm not sure how you actually justify this. With
Maybe in Vanir and Darkness OTP?
even then, I'm pretty sure they have better level 1 choices.
I think I'd rather just play the 1025 stock bomb from set 2.
Right. I'm pretty sure it's like other things. Okay. Paradise I was looking for, Kazuma. Level 1 cost 2,000 power with the adventure and magic traits. Also, when you use the backup of this card, choose a character with Sylvia in its card name. Choose a card named Paradise I was looking for Kazuma in your waiting room, i.e. this card that you just discarded to use backup, and you may play it face up as a marker underneath the first chosen card, and act counter backup 1500 level 1 costed.
Oh, excuse me.
So let me see here. Again, when we get to blue, we'll be discussing Demon's King army more in depth.
Mm-hmm.
But 1,500, really, Bushy? You couldn't make this a 2K for our troubles?
Yeah, I
Come on.
think like even in the context of the Demon King's army deck, this is just too tiny, and paying 1 to get a backup and slip this as a marker is. There are other ways to facilitate getting your markers than this, honestly.
I have one comment for this one.
Understandable. I will concur. Like, yeah, like as Gavin was saying, it could have at least been 2K.
I wish, man.
Oh well. Bygones be bygones.
Blockaded, Darkness, 2/1, 1,500. Let's see here. When you use the backup of this card, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose Darkness Daughter of the Dustiness family in your grave and return it to hand. And it's also a 2/5 naturally.
So, Darkness Daughter of the Dustiness family is a card that released in the Kadokawa Sneaker Bunko set and the Konosuba Re-Edit set that is a costless 2,000 backup. So basically, you use a backup, pay an additional cost to get another backup into your hand.
It's nifty. It's quite nifty, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, though, that costless 2K does not work on Magic. So,
No, it doesn't. Yes, it is.
So be very careful about that. Yeah, niche it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like it. I like it how you're about to slip that under my name. Yeah, I was about to say. Yep, I was about to say that too.
Okay. Oh well, it sneak for like that deck, but that's about it. To the Crimson Demon Village, Kazuma. Level 0, 0 cost, 1000 power, adventure and magic traits. Continuous. If you are level 2 or higher, this card gets the following ability. Act. Send this card to your away room. Choose a card named To the Crimson Village Darkness from your hand and place it on the slot that this was on. And also, he is a character, or he is a hand bond to said To the Crimson Demon Village Darkness.
I saw a certain very influential figure that people love to copy actually try to defend this card. I'm like, bruh. How can you possibly defend these two cards? Like,
Now, I guess we'll come back to this later when we actually get to number 23 because our viewers have no context of this yet, right?
right.
Alright, so we'll come back to this.
Yep. Devilish Prediction, Vanir, 001K. When this attacks or becomes reversed, look at the top 2 cards, choose 1 card from among them, leave it on top of your deck, and place the other in the grave.
I'm kind of like not too sure why they really like doing this whole deck manipulation thing that they're pushing in the Vanir Darkness deck.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused on that one.
I guess if anything, it sets up Musashi triggers.
I guess, but that you're grasping at straws for that one, Mike.
Right, like this one definitely doesn't do the trick.
Like, you can potentially set up cancels late game as well, but even in that case, I would just go shrug.
Yeah, I'm really not too sure how to feel about this card. I'm going to say, do I just simply give this the bad rating?
There are some uses for this card, like the ability to trigger stack is kind of neat, so you don't trigger climaxes.
Okay, that's fair. Fine. I'll be nice to Darkness and Vanir and give it this.
Yep, same.
Even then, it'd probably be like a tech at best.
2, maybe 1 copy.
Right. Alright, Strong Claim, Kazuma. Level 0, 0 cost, 2000 power with the adventure and magic traits. Also, when this card is placed from your hand onto the stage, choose one of your opponent's characters, and until the end of your opponent's next turn, that character gets the following ability. Continuous, this card cannot move to another slot.
Okay. So, actually, the Soul Sleeper and I had a tenuous conversation about this card last night. I was just like, dude, it's one of those things like that kind of is whatever. Like, the majority of the time, okay, they can't move to another slot. Sure. That's kind of a grasping for straws argument there, dude. Like, there are ways that your opponent can, set up their board. They can run the thing they can run it over.
Right.
Run the thing over. They can bounce. They can do they can sacrifice it. All sorts of things to get around this ability.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's most strongest at 0, but even then, I'd rather not waste slots on this card.
I'm gonna give it the meme rating because 1, the art of this card, and 2, I don't know, mess around with your opponent's board setup at some point. To at least at the very least, you become that annoying person.
Yeah, this more suits his playstyle than mine. So, yeah, I'm gonna get this the nice meme, bro.
All right.
Scope set Kazuma 0025. Oh, when this enters the battlefield, you may pay the cost of pitching a card. If you do, salvage a forbidden weapon, number 70.
Alright, I guess we just wait until we get to red before we talk about this card again.
Yeah, I suggest we skip this for now.
Alright. Imposing Nonsense, Kazuma. Level 1, 0 cost, 3000 power with the adventure and magic traits. Also, when this card becomes reversed, if the cost of the battle opponent of this card is 0 or lower, you may send that character to stock. If you do, send the bottom card of your opponent's stock to the waiting room. And also, when this card is placed from the stage to the waiting room, you may pay the cost of 1 stock, discard 1 card from your hand to the waiting room. If you do, Salvage a character from your waiting room.
This would have been very useful in like 2017, 2018 when people were starting to play plus one level things at level 1.
Yeah.
Oh, that annoying furball from ReZero. Anybody?
Or Yuki from SAO.
Yeah, well, Yuki's easy enough to destroy at least. That furball.
That
Yeah,
furball
he's
is a bit of
minimum-
a problem. Yeah, furball
He's
is
a
a
minimum
problem.
6'5", so he's kind of hard to kill.
This is true.
But like nowadays, with the prevalence of standby, you're kind of just you're crashing for little value at that point.
But I would say all in all, it's at best I would give it an ish.
2 years ago, if you had asked me the same card, if you had presented me the same card, I would have definitely said playable. Niche it is, boys.
Considering how much the metagame has changed in 2 years,
This
yeah.
is true. Alright.
My only worth, Darkness, 115k. If the cost of the character opposite this is 0 or lower, this cannot be reversed. At the beginning of your encore step, if you have no other rested characters in the front row, you may pay the cost of 1. If so, rest this.
Well, again, it's just kind of one of those things where it feels like Bushido is still living as if it's still 2016, 2017, maybe 2018, and thinks that there are people who will still see, thinks that there are enough people who see the value of cards like this that are meant to deal with cost 0 cards.
Doesn't Bong Meme play this? The Remy?
Fringe case maybe. It depends. I would say it depends on your local meta.
Depends on your local meta, because I definitely seen Remy, the Remy that does a very similar thing, actually played.
I feel it's like a player preference thing at that.
Oh, and this definitely cooks decks like Shingeki.
True, but you know, that'll be like the main thing. Like that's the thing. If you know you're in an area with a fair chunk of Shingeki, then yeah, this card actually sees good value.
But other than that, I like this particular profile better than the ones that are 6/5 on offense because, well, hey, Regenerator pretty much guarantees that you have a body on the board unless they somehow get rid of her.
Right.
But even then, it's kind of I'm grasping for straws here, dude. I think you know exactly what to give for me.
That's right.
Yep.
All right.
I'm grasping for straws here.
I was making sure. I was like, it better not be. I was like, bad.
Oh, this ain't bad. Now, this next card.
All right. To the Crimson Village, Darkness. She's a level 2. She's a 2 cost. She has printed 12,000 power, but she has zero soul. I'm not kidding. You can look at it yourself with the Adventure and Worries traits. So this is the card that to the Crimson Demon Village Kazuma hand bonds into and sacks himself to become.
Dear God, Bushy Road, why? Just why?
It's really funny like how the level 2 vanilla profile has diverged.
I mean, the fact that this inflicts 0 damage, this money counters itself unless you give it support. Like, this card requires support in order to be even remotely useful. But yes, and this certain influential figure I was talking about earlier tried to defend it, saying she's thick. I'm just like, yeah, but thick isn't good enough anymore. Sure, you summoned her for 0. Even still.
Like if anything, the one thing that you could defend is that chances are people are conceding her lane, which means that on the offense they're swinging for minimum 1 with a direct attack.
Even still,
Right.
I think I'd rather just summon something like Aqua early play or the new Yun Yun early play, which swings for 3 in that case. You're still losing damage economy with this card. This card
Right.
is just, oh my god.
Now, while I'm pretty sure you'll be harsher on this than I am, but I'm giving both of these the mean rating because It's just funny for me to see that Bushiroad has ended up making a card with 0 Princess Soul like this.
I only have one comment for this.
That's fair.
Oh my god. The Soul Sleeper and I were laughing at these two cards.
Right, that's why I give it the meme rating. The pair of cards is actually amusing. Alright then, we are at our last but not least card of yellow. Take it away.
So this is the Konami code. Up, down, up, down, down, left, right, ho, 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 1-1. If you do not have Kazuma on the board, you cannot play this. Choose one of the following abilities and perform it. You get a salvage, bounce, or the most interesting ability. If your opponent has 5 or more cards in exile, place all characters from exile into their graveyard.
Hi there, Psychono. You were going to be tier 1? I don't think so.
Oh, look, my only bad matchup. Die.
Now, this does not cuck any event-based exile.
Right.
The problem is that nobody plays event exile outside of maybe the Soul Sleeper. But even still, I've chastised him for playing event-based exile in the past because generally it's just not very efficient.
Mm-hmm. Now, I will say, I'm very glad that Bush was finally making good events outside of just Bang Dream.
Oh, let's see. We have toilets. We have Operation Tornadoes. We have stock swaps. We have tap counters for Afterglow. I'm trying to think here. What else are good events in Bang Dream? I just listed 4 of them, but
That's more than like any other set has. That's plenty versus what most other titles have gotten. Period.
this is true. Although Albuta has some. Actually, Albuta has like 1.
Yeah, I was like, Albuch has 1 good event.
His demonic tutor. That's it.
Or debatably 2 if you still believe in Bunny Girl.
Well, you could argue Christmas Eve is decent
Right.
if you play Sakuta cards.
You play
but-
Sakuta cards. Anyway,
even
this card is definitely very neat. I like it a lot.
I'm gonna get this playable plus, mate.
Playable
Even with
plus.
Cosmo. Even with Cosmo as a requirement, it pretty much.
I like it because it can dethrone Psychono.
I mean, even if you're not playing Psychono, this still has a ton of use. It
Yeah.
still has 2 other modes.
Alright then.
Like,
Yeah. The modes are like all of these modes are very, very useful. Like there's no bad mode.
like even still,
Like in worst case, it's a break even.
worst case it's a break even, and this replaces the Cosmo bounce that we saw earlier, in my opinion.
True. Like the only quote unquote bad thing is like, oh no, it's an event, it can't be searched.
Oh no! Just draw it like a good player, Lamau.
Or you play Bunny Girl and Bunny Girl reviews it on reverse.
Yep.
Alright then. So with that, this concludes part 1 of our Konosuba movie Legend of Crimson set review. We'll see you next time for part 2. Bye bye.